from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, June 7th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A fatal accident occurred in East Brunswick Township Monday afternoon. 76-year-old Joseph Dills from Waymart was killed when he lost control around a curve near the junction of Route 895 and Summer Valley Road. State police at Schuylkill Haven say he went across two lawns and hit a tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene. County Coroner Dr. David Moylan believes Dills had a medical event before hitting the tree. He had heart surgery previously. Tamaqua police arrested two people involved in the broken mirror spree, which has plagued car owners for the last few weeks. About 50 vehicles have had their side mirrors smashed. Police have arrested 21-year-old Dominic Montero and his 15-year-old cousin. Police say Montero would drive around town and his cousin stuck a cane out of the side passenger window and smashed mirrors. Montero has been charged with criminal mischief. The 15-year-old will have the same charges through juvenile court. Both will be required to pay restitution. Unit 1 at the nuclear power plant in Bell Bend near Berwick has been shut down by operators due to a water leak inside the containment unit. Unit 1 has been disconnected from the regional transmission grid to address the problem. Site Vice President for owner Talon Energy, John Frank, said in a news release the company does not have a timetable for reconnecting Unit 1. Susquehanna Unit 2 continues to operate safely at full power. A tax hike is coming in the Hanover Area School District. The proposed $27.7 million budget would increase the property tax rate from 17.733 mils to 17.757 mils, about a 3.5% hike. The school board is required to adopt a final budget before the new fiscal year, which begins on July 1st. The board approved a preliminary budget on May 24th, but has not yet scheduled a meeting to approve a final budget. If the proposed budget is approved, the district would begin and end the next school year with a reserve of $325,000. Well, there's a lucky giveaway for some lucky fathers out there from Penny's Classified. From now until June 14th, you can call to register your dad to win some fantastic prizes thanks to local area businesses. The contest is easy. All you have to do is dial 570-459-1869, extension 1110, and leave your father's name and number to enter. Here are the prizes that he can win, from free oil changes and tire alignments to restaurant gift certificates. No purchase necessary to enter the contest. The 9 winners will be announced here on WYLN News at 5:30 and 10 on June 15th. So call now, and good luck from Penny's Classified and, of course, everyone here at WYLN. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, what can we expect over the next couple of days?
Well, we had those showers and thunderstorms across our area today. Still got some more out there throughout parts of the state of Pennsylvania. Some leftover showers for tomorrow, but after that, things shaping up to be pretty nice across our area, but we have to deal with some cool temperatures. How cool, you might ask? I'll let you know all about the numbers coming up in just a little bit. And
thanks, Joe. Coming up next, a look at the life of Muhammad Ali and the bond that he shared with a local man from the greater Hazleton area. Stay tuned. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DiBerardinis.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Legendary boxer Muhammad Ali passed away Friday evening after being hospitalized for respiratory complications. Today, WYLN's Tiffany Cloud sat down with Booty Beltrami to talk about the life that they shared together.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud for WYLN 35. I am here today in the home of my dear friend Louis J. Beltrami, affectionately known as Booty Beltrami. And he was kind enough to invite me into his home to discuss someone who meant a lot to him. Someone that we all think we knew, a man known as the champ, the greatest, Muhammad Ali. This is actually, though, a man that, Booty, you really knew. He was one of your dearest friends since 1973.
Yes, 1973, the best of friends.
And you met him at his training camp at Deer Lake.
Met him at his training camp at Deer Lake.
And you forged a friendship over the years.
That lasted forever.
You did everything from go with him, Super Fight 2.
We went to all his fights, most all of his fights. Spent a lot of time at his camp at Deer Lake. We had a lot of good times together, sneaking out to a little store where the lady made homemade ice cream, and he sat there and he ate 5 gallons of ice cream at one time and telling each other stories and the stories about his young life. He was a great man, Muhammad. I have so many memories, so many stories that we would need a 20-hour television show for me to outline some of the stories. Stories about in Washington, D.C. at the Hilton. So many stories that no one would ever get to know about.
Well, I'm really excited because this week coming up on WYLN, we've done a special WYLN Reports, and you were willing to sit down and do an extensive discussion with me about many of those stories, about much of the history. I just wanted to, for these purposes, have you share a few things. What do you think? We just recently lost this man, your very good friend. What do you think the community at large should know about your friend Muhammad Ali?
Well, Muhammad Ali was not a prejudiced man. The reason why Muhammad Ali talked all that trash talk was because at that time he was his own promoter for his fights. He promoted every fight. So in order, he said to me one day, he said, "Lou, I love whites, I love blacks, I love everybody. I talk this trash talk because I want 50% of the people to come to the stadium or the arena to watch me fight. I want 50% to like me, love me, and I want 50% of them to hate me. That's how I fill the stadium. That's how I get the money that I get for the fight."
So he was really a brilliant marketer.
He was the best marketer I've ever been in my life.
My goodness.
The stadiums were never empty.
What do you think was it that he had that made him so unique, so special, and such a gift, not only in the boxing ring, but beyond the boxing ring?
His great smile. Muhammad had a smile that if you looked at him, you got to love him. And he was handsome. Mm-hmm. He was a handsome man. He was a handsome man. And he was a sincere man. He never said anything. He would never say anything to anybody unless he meant it. And the biggest thing, he said what was on his mind and didn't care what anybody else said. Is what I believe is what I'll do. And he could back everything that he said, he would back it up. Great man.
You brought him to the greater Hazleton area on many occasions. You once organized an exhibition bout at Harmon Guy Stadium between Muhammad and his sparring partner, Larry Holmes. You brought him down to the Job Corps,
yes,
to speak to the children there and to inspire the youth there.
It was a very inspirational talk.
And you also brought him in, well, many times. He was here at your home for the holidays.
He was here over a dozen times.
And you told me before we rolled tape he sat right in this chair.
And he sat right in your chair.
How about that? And you also brought him in for something called Booty's Bash, which was a big, huge event that you had in the Hazleton area.
We had over 1,500 items on a menu. We had over almost 1,500 people there. We had bands. We had 2 or 3 different bands. We had some vocalists from New York City. We had anybody that was anybody, and all of my friends and all their friends. A lot of my cousins, my sisters, everybody.
And the people must have been over the moon to get to spend time with this man who was not just the greatest boxer of all time, but truly the most famous person in the world.
Yes,
certainly at the time.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, and the people were elated. And he was so nice to the people. He took so many pictures that day. He gave a little speech, and he was fantastic.
Well, Budi, I thank you so much for sharing today, and to the audience, please stay tuned to an upcoming report throughout the course of this week. WYLN Reports, Mr. Beltrami is kind enough to really walk me through an in-depth story of his relationship with Muhammad Ali, so that's something to look forward to. And now back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Tiffany, and we look forward to that. And as she mentioned, there will be a WYLN Reports coming in the next couple of days, and we will keep you posted on when that will air. Stay tuned. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is coming up after the break.
Watch the Hazleton Area High School graduation Thursday, June 9th at 6 p.m. on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network. WYLN Sports broadcasting live at the Weatherly Hill Climb. WYLN Sports will take you up the hill, past the Devil's Hook, around the hairpin turn, and through the Dutchman. All the turn-by-turn coverage of the Weatherly Hill Climb live on WYLN TV 35.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping to solve or prevent a crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
BLB Auto Sales is a division of Barbush Automotive. One call does it all. Looking for a good pre-owned car or truck? BLB Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, inspected vehicles. If you need repairs on your vehicle, then Barbush Automotive can handle any job at affordable prices. Located at 1299 State Route 940, Hazel Township, one call does it all. 570-454-7571.
Well, we've been having the showers and thunderstorms across our area today. Still some more out there across parts of our area. We had one that moved through not too long ago, but that really allowed those temperatures to drop a little bit. But right now, sun coming back out, and that allows those temperatures to continue to rise across our area. And maybe a couple of showers lingering for tomorrow, and then after that we dry things out, but we're going to be dealing with some much cooler temperatures, at least for a little bit of time before it starts to warm up once again. On to the graphic in terms of some statistics. In terms of temperatures, and again at 60 degrees, that was as those storms were moving in a little bit earlier, and since then temperatures have now continued to climb in the mid to upper 60s once we manage to get that sunshine out across our area. And again, when you get those storms come through, you can have a very mild, hot, muggy day and really can bring those temperatures down quite a bit. And at that point in time, we picked up 38/100ths of an inch of precipitation. So in terms of where we did temperature-wise, high and low temperatures, we did get up to 72 degrees earlier this afternoon, and we did manage to make a peak wind gust of 27 miles per hour. Throughout the state of Pennsylvania, now there's been some showers and storms throughout parts of the area as they have continued to make their way toward the east. But and again, these numbers, again, for the most part in the 70s, and as some of those storms come through, it does drop those numbers a little bit, and then once those storms come through, it drops those numbers and brings them up higher. And in terms of the wind speeds, here's what we are looking at. And again, these are sustained winds, a little bit gusty out there with some of those higher wind gusts as well. But overall, things looking much nicer over the next couple of days. We'll start to dry things out, but again, it's going to be cool, at least for the short term. Extended forecast looking like this. And what we can expect, maybe some lingering morning showers as we go into tomorrow. We are only going to be in the mid to upper 50s, and then we're going to be in the 60s. It's going to be kind of cool still for Thursday and even into Friday. But notice, for the most part, we're going to be dry. A mix of sun and clouds, generally with temperatures averaging in the mid to upper 60s and lower 70s. Now we still got some of those cool nights. Still typical this time of year. You see some of those overnight lows and managing to drop down into the 40s. But again, we'll be drying things out quite nicely, and it does look like a pretty nice weekend at this point in time. Stick around. We'll continue to have a lot more for you coming up after the break.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Call WYLN 35 for this special promotion for Father's Day. Call 570-459-1869 between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Hit 1 for WYLN and extension 1110 for Pennies Classified. Register your dad's name and number and he may win one of our exciting gifts. No purchase necessary to register. Winners will be announced on the news on WYLN 35 on June 15th. Evening edition at 5:30 and late edition at 10 p.m. Good luck and happy Father's Day from Pennies Classified and WYLN.
Well, June is Myasthenia Gravis Awareness Month, and with that, we brought in two gentlemen who are very aware of what MG is and who it affects. And first, I'm going to talk to Harry. So, Harry, what is MG? Tell us, what it is and what people can expect with this disease.
Well, myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune disease which basically affects all genders, races, and basically what it does is it affects your autoimmune system where it breaks down the neuromuscular junction in your body. Unfortunately, people with myasthenia gravis, their autoimmune systems have antibodies that basically destroy the acetylcholine, which basically is a neuromuscular junction that we have in order to trigger our muscles. So that's the premise of the disease. And it basically is young people get it, old people get it, all races and genders.
Okay. And Bill, this, as Harry said, everyone gets it, it could get it and be affected by it. So what are some of the things that it may affect a person, how it affects them, and, what kind of treatments are there?
Well, you could have droopy eyelids as a common symptom. Swallowing could be a problem. I think overall tiredness, a lot of us get. I know I had it for about 2 years and didn't know it. I just thought I was getting older, and so I can't do the things I once did, but it turned out to be MG, and those are things you want to look for.
Earlier when we were talking, I asked you, what is MG, and kind of explain it to me, and the easiest way you said to me was it kind of like MS, but not really.
Right. When I talk to people about it, most people have heard of MS, most people have not heard of MG. So I say they're both autoimmune diseases. They're totally different, but it gives a person an idea of a little bit what MG is like.
Okay. All right. And Harry, what is one of the main things you want to get out, the message out to people in June, being MG Awareness Month? What do you want to push home to everyone?
Basically, don't ignore symptoms such as simple symptoms as eye droop, trouble swallowing or chewing, as Bill mentioned, muscle weakness, because sometimes those symptoms get ignored. And if you continue with those symptoms, it can get pretty bad, because what can happen, you get start difficulties with breathing. And once you go difficulty breathing, go into a myasthenic crisis, and that's the worst case scenario. Me, myself, I've been diagnosed with this since 2004, and I've been through several myasthenic crises where you have to get intubated. So it's tough to get out of that intubation process and getting your autoimmune system regulated back to it. So, myasthenia gravis, translated in Latin, is grave muscle weakness. So that's why, and it affects certain muscles, as Bill mentioned. So.
And if somebody wants to learn more about it or, get more information, be part of the group, how can they do so?
Well, there is a website, the Myasthenia Gravis Foundation, which is located in New York. They have a great website. You can Google that. My wife and I, we run a support group in Scranton, right, which we meet 6 times a year, and we have members that come and we try to promote the awareness of it and the symptoms, and trying to get people to see a proper neurologist. The most important thing is to get proper care and have a primary care physician diagnose you to send you to a neurologist, because the disease is treated by a neurologist.
Okay. All right, well, Harry and Bill, thank you so very much for coming out and telling us about this. Remember, June is MG Awareness Month. More information available at the bottom of your screen at the website and about the support group. I'm Gary Perna. Stay with us on WYL News. We'll have much more.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m. Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Stars of Tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
On Thursday, over 700 seniors will graduate from Hazleton Area High School. 5 of them will have to make the transition from their softball uniforms to their cap and gowns. On Monday, the Lady Cougars in their senior class erased 3 years of first-round state playoff loss demons. Rebecca Rossi, just a sophomore, catapulted Hazleton to the Quad A quarterfinals with a game-winning RBI bunt in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Get the bunt down, I have to get Jess to score, I was just got to do it.
In Allentown on Thursday. Graduation is at 6. Holy Redeemer dealt with that scenario after the district title game. They're also moving on to the AA quarters and will face Kutztown at 4 in Allentown. Local softball 2 for 2 yesterday. The baseball teams we cover went 3 for 4. That one loss was Northwest, with their ace Brandon Hardiman sidelined, dropping their first ever state playoff game to North Penn Mansfield 9-2. Now Marion Catholic's ace Joe Nahas was feeling really good. The senior tossed a complete game, allowing just 1 run while striking out 8 as the Colts knocked off Christopher Dock 8-1. And today Nahas committed to play baseball at Division I Maryland-Baltimore County next year, so a solid stretch for him.
I knew they were a good team coming in. Fastball really set up my off-speed stuff, and they struggled with that, and I was fortunate enough to only give up 1 run.
Millersburg up next for Marion in the single-A bracket. Additionally, in baseball, North Schuylkill moving on in AA and Wyoming Valley West advancing in Quad A. The minor league postseason still a few months away. Every game crucial, though, in the tight International League North Division. Monday night, Rail Riders hosting Charlotte, who are holding down first place in the IL South. Top 1, Danny Hayes puts the Knights on the board early. He goes oppo to the left field wall. Tim Anderson scores, and it's a 1-0 road team advantage. Top 2, Andy Perino, rope to right. Nicky Delmonico crosses for the 2-0 lead. Lots more of that. Charlotte wins 8-1. Scranton Wilkes-Barre 2 back of first place now. Lehigh Valley in the divisional mix as well. They're in Georgia for a series with Gwinnett. Scoreless in the top of the third, top prospect J.P. Crawford just golfs a Lucas Harrell fastball over the head of Emerson Landoni and right. One base runner scores, the other doesn't. That's okay though. One run, all the Iron Pigs need. They score 3 though and shut out the Braves 3-0. They're a game and a half back of first. Both teams are back at it tonight for game 2 in their series. So I'm constantly worrying about running out of gas on the highway. Imagine leading the pack at Pocono Raceway, but being told you don't have enough fuel. That's the scenario that played out yesterday during the Exalta. We Paint Winners 400. Kurt Busch conserved just enough to capture the checkered flag.
We had really good speed on restarts, and then to have enough fuel to make it. I mean, we were 2 laps shy when we pitted, and you take those gambles sometimes.
I don't know if we had a second place car, but hey, we could have almost won the race if we could have held, kept that 41 behind us. He wouldn't have passed us just driving up to us. Me and 24 got together and we got raced so hard, and that 41 got a great run on us.
We're close, just not quite enough. I needed to capitalize. If I could have passed the 24 a few laps earlier and got those guys to where they couldn't save, we might have had a shot, but it's just not the way it was.
And this just in, Tiger Woods announces he is not physically ready for next week's U.S. Open, which will take place in Pittsburgh. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbaczyk is in with a final look at the forecast.
There's plenty going on in McAdoo this June. June 16th, 17th, and 18th, the McAdoo Fire Company will host their annual bazaar with music every night. And on June 25th, it's the 113th annual 6-County Firemen's Parade hosted by the McAdoo Fire Company. Parade starts at 2 p.m. and at 6 p.m. the trophies will be awarded. The McAdoo Fire Company Annual Bazaar, June 16th, 17th, and 18th, and the 113th annual 6-County Firemen's Parade, June 25th.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional air times. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Okay, going into tomorrow, some leftover lingering morning showers. There's that possibility. And then after that, I think we'll start to dry things out pretty nicely for the rest of the week. But it's going to be cool. We're not going to get out of the 50s as we go into tomorrow. And then Thursday, well, we're still going to be in the 60s as well. It's Friday, but that's going to be dry both of those days. Going into the weekend, looking good. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Looks good. Looks good for graduation. Looks good for the Weatherly Hill climb. Looks good for everything.
Well, that's good. I like.
Busy week ahead.
It is a busy week, and of course, WYLN is proud to once again bring the graduation. 6 o'clock it starts. WYLN, and I know the hill climb. You're pretty excited for that. And how many years is this for you? Second?
This is, yeah, but they do a couple each year, so it's adding up.
It was new to you, too.
Very excited. Already 85 drivers pre-registered, and that's almost an all-time high, so we're really excited for the weekend. Sunday, we're going to be live from Weatherly.
All right, that starts at 1 o'clock, so make sure you tune in. But if not, it's definitely something you want to check out if you've never seen it before in person. It's pretty interesting.
Definitely unique.
And it's actually pretty cool to see how they do it and how they race. But all that matters, nice weather, and we hope it stays that way. Have a good night, everyone.